Okay, so like I said before, I need to power up USB for my fish pump outside. So this is a step down converter. So I'm going to change this 12 volt. I'm going to use this module to actually provide power to my 5 volts. Okay, so the wire go from here, it goes into here, then for the output is straight to the USB 5 volt. Okay, you can actually control this. It's actually very interesting that they can step down 24 volt all the way until 1.35 volt if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, so I'm going to use that. I'm going to let you know how it is. Bye. Okay, so this battery here, this is 12 volt. So you can see there's two buttons there. There's one button here which actually switch from in to out. So the in color currently is 12.3. Then it's going out 11.8. So I have to reduce this to 5, slightly below 5. So as you can see here, there is a screw. So that set screw actually is the resistor. So if I can get this screwdriver, I can actually increase and decrease. Okay, so like I mentioned before, so input is 12.3. Then after that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to decrease it all the way to 5. Down, so 7, 6, a bit more. Okay, sometimes there's a tolerance, can be slightly higher or slightly a bit lower than the 5 volt. Okay, so the next step is, of course, if you press this and hold, it will off the display and you will have 5 volt coming out. So if you want to check whether the battery has how much voltage, you can actually check from here. Or if you want to have an ongoing display, then you can put a voltage meter, a small one, like a motorcycle 12 volt meter, and you just put it in between here and you can check this. Okay, so this is 5 volts. I'm going to cut open a 5 volt motor, then after that I'm going to put it into here and check whether it's working or not. So yeah, stay tuned. Okay, so typically it comes like this, right? By the way, this I spliced years back. I cut and I put a USB. So typically there will be 2 wires in here, so I'm going to cut and show you what it looks like, so which goes where, you would know. Alright, so hold on. Okay, so I spliced both. Take a look. Right. Okay, for usually DC motors like this, if let's say this is the plus, the red one is a plus and this is a minus, it will go one direction. For a DC motor, if you switch it, it actually goes on reverse. But in this case, the inlet is here, and I know from hacking too many of these, I know that the red one actually is the intake. The flow itself is actually from the intake towards the outtake, so I will wire up that way. But if let's say you are using other motors for different usage, standard small motor, DC motor, if you inverse it or you reverse the polarity, it will actually go back on a different turning point. So if clockwise, it becomes anti-clockwise, that kind of thing. Okay, so I'm going to put it here. Then after that, let's see whether this works, right? Okay, so it's like this. This is where the motor goes. Alright. I unplugged it for a bit because if I want to switch on and switch off, sometimes you don't want the circuits to actually just go on and on and on and on. So what you can do is add a switch at the back here to actually on and off the motor itself. But if not, this is what it looks like. So this is moving. It's actually pretty strong, a little bit too strong. So if a little bit too strong, actually it can go down. Let me see if I can bring down. Can you hear it quietens? Let's see until which point that actually dies off. That's pretty low. There you go. Let me just increase. Okay, it goes to 3 volts. Sometimes they have a working volt of like maybe 3 to 12 volt, but do check because sometimes the motor cannot handle the load and it will actually burn out the motor. Okay, I'm gonna take this out because if without water, sometimes this can burn out quite fast. So yeah, I will give you the update outside the house. Okay, bye. Okay, this is the old style. So what I did was there's actually one memory bank outside, not memory bank, sorry, power bank to actually power up a motor together with a motor there. Alright, there's also a motor here to actually pump water up, then it will trickle down to the bottom side. Okay, in this case what I'm going to do is these two outlets, one is actually for the motor for the aeration and the other one is for the motor which runs the other part. And of course I have a kill switch here together with, there's a kill switch, and this switch actually ons and off the motor itself. So I'm going to take this out, I'm going to cut and splice like the other time, put it into here and replace this battery so I can use it for a longer time. If not, I have to keep switching this every day. So yeah, that's it. So I'll give you the update soon. Bye. Okay, so I wired it up. This goes in parallel. So okay, so this one here goes here. This guy is working. Let me just check again. Okay, it's at 3.1. Okay, aeration is good. So you can see that aeration is good. Okay, but down here there was supposed to be a pump which is working, which is not right now. So it's either this, meaning we need to increase the intake so I have a better. Okay, so it's pretty much done. It's only that as you can see the aeration is okay, but the motor at the bottom is not working. Down here also there's no outlet for the there's no output for the motor itself. So I'm going to increase this to 5 or until the motor starts kicking in. Okay, so I'm going to increase it. Okay, it starts already. You see it? Okay, let's see whether the water is coming in. It is. Okay, it will start to trickle from here. Okay, so if you increase this voltage a bit too high, sometimes it will burn out the motor. That's why I start from 3 point whatever it is, then I will increase it until to a point whereby it starts to flow. Alright, once it starts to flow, then of course everything's done. Now if let's say you have outdoor projects like this and you see sometimes the water comes in and you cannot see the water, sometimes when the water starts trickling in, you do not see the water come in. What you can do is, just focus, what you can do is you can take a piece of tissue like this, piece of tissue, then you place it there and grab a marker and apply the marker here. So if you see that the water comes in, the marker will actually spread and will give you an indication that actually water has come in. So you can put it down here and draw out a strip of marker itself across. That will give you an indication that if water has come into your your circuits itself. Alright, so this is pretty crude. Of course, I will work on this, then make it a bit nicer, but for now I think this will work. Alright, so the battery all goes inside. Alright, there you see, the water comes in. By the way, this is my guppy tank slash min farm. So this is actually taken from one plant. I cut one plant, I plant it, and now it's like growing all over the place. So see, these are all min. You see, it's a guppy there. There's a few guppies there. Okay, for each tank there will be guppies to help not spread the, what we call it, mosquito. So yeah, right, I hope you learned something. Let me know if you want to try this project. If you need help, just PM me. Bye.